Hebrews 10:23 and 24 says this: "Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how to stir one another up towards love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." When we hear these words, it's this encouragement to consider and reconsider the priority and importance of community in the process of discipleship. Jesus gives the followers of Christ a command: go into all the world and make disciples. And as a church, that's really why we exist. We exist to glorify God by making disciples. And one of the primary ways we're trying to be faithful and obedient to that calling is through our gospel communities. These groups that you lead are priority number one and sort of the ground level, the front lines, whatever metaphor is helpful for discipleship in our church. And so we want to make sure that then the question becomes, how do we connect people to these groups? How are we getting people connected in our church to these spaces so that they are actually have a shot at biblical community and actually being discipled and having the opportunity to make disciples? Really, there are two ways that we connect people to gospel communities. This is important because this has sort of changed over the last few months, and so we just want to make sure that this is clear for you guys as you lead your groups. The first way, and the most important way, the primary way people connect to groups at Gospel Community Church is by invitation. It's either by your invitation as a group leader or someone in your group inviting them into your space, into your community. And honestly, that is the way that our groups grow more than anything else, this sort of organic invitation. And so I want to encourage you in that, but also wanted to communicate that as an expectation. Ideally, any other way that we connect people to groups is only secondary to personal invitation. And there are a number of reasons for that. But instead of going into those, we'll talk about the second most important and really significant way that we connect people to groups, and that's through Group Connect. Group Connect is sort of a smaller environment where people who are interested in groups but don't know anybody in the church can come and really accomplish two things. They can be oriented to what groups are all about. They can get a sense of expectations and vision and values, what we're about when it comes to gospel communities, so that they know what to expect, and then also to just meet some group leaders. It gives them the opportunity to meet 1, 2, 3, 4 group leaders, so they can learn about their groups, find a group that's going to be a good fit for them, and then plug in that way. That's designed to help cut down on those moments when a person who is new to a church and doesn't know anybody just shows up to some random house hoping that it's going to work out. Personal invitation cuts down on that, and so does Group Connect. That's the idea, to kind of create some relationships so that we have those less awkward moments when a group member tries to get connected to a brand new group where they don't know anybody or what to expect. So Group Connect happens on an as-needed basis, and your role as a group leader at Group Connect is just to show up and to communicate to the people who are assigned to you what's going on in your group, what it's like, and to let them decide if they want to come into your group. If they have your contact information, they know when and where you meet, then it's up to them to decide whether or not they want to connect with your group or someone else that they meet at Group Connect. But your job is just to show up and help encourage them and to share about your group and what's happening. So those are the two ways: by personal invitation, whether you and someone in your group, or Group Connect. That's how we connect people to groups, primarily at Gospel Community Church. Wanted to communicate that to you. Hopefully that's helpful for you and you know what to expect in the future. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you more soon.